Yo, what up, though? It's your boy DME. All right, boys, let's get into this. I mean, there's gonna come a point, I'm not gonna lie, where I'm gonna check out because it's gotten so corny at this point because there's literally no reality in this situation. Everybody's living a fake life at this point. Okay, they've convinced the battle rap community that this Midnight Madness thing is for the battlers and it's not a URL endeavor anymore. It's 100% URL endeavor. By the way, the men's champion, Lou Castro, who's only supposed to defend the belt on Midnight Madness, is going to be defending the belt against Charlie Clips on the URL. Only the hardcore champion can do that, but apparently now, no. Um, the rules get changed every day. Midnight Madness, actually, if it was legit, they had a chance to do something special, to do something independent. All right, and they have pulled the wool over your eyes. This is the most insane thing I've ever seen, and the fact that the greatest trick of all this is that they got all the media to be a part of it by joining their groups so that they don't get called out on anything. All right, because why would they know? Why would media's not going to be legit about what's going on anymore? They're part of it. And you're seeing it every single day. You see it every single day. Nobody's calling out the ridiculousness. They had a chance. So what happened is to be a truly independent, be truly for the battle rappers, all right? And instead, they're literally doing the opposite. URL they have sold, and it's quite genius, by the way. And it might have been, I don't want to say it was their plan from the beginning because that would have been really genius. And I don't think that URL was that super genius about it. They have starved the battle rappers with these YouTube drops. So whether it was planned or not, I don't think it was planned, but I think they're using it to their advantage now. They have starved them so much that they have now convinced the battle rappers that YouTube drops are worth more than money. That YouTube drops, the promotion of a special YouTube drop on URL is worth more than getting paid for a battle. That it's one of the biggest things you can get as a battle rapper is now a YouTube drop. They have convinced this. They have convinced the community of this. They convinced the battle rappers of this. So now, instead of Midnight Madness starting their own channel, starting their own movement, starting their own whatever, all right, for the battlers, for the battle rappers, putting these battles on their own channel. Now they drop to the URL app, which the URL makes money on. Then they drop to the YouTube channel, which URL makes money on. Okay, and they were able to do all this for little to no money. So now they have convinced the battle rappers and the battle rap community to create content for little or no money. And you guys want me to believe that Sue Surf, a man who says he's worth all this money, and everyone knows time is money. And if you're a real businessman, you don't just waste your time all day on a Twitter space, is literally wasting 20 of his 24 hours awake, because I'm sure he only gets 4 hours of sleep, all right, on these spaces, promoting something that's what? Not making him money? I'm just curious. You guys really believe this? They have convinced the battle rappers to create content for them for free. And if not for free, let them pay for it by betting on themselves. Either for free or they pay for it by betting themselves. Or a small little minute payment of $2,500, which is way less than these battlers were getting normally. And they've convinced us that Snake Eyes is a PG now. J2 is still a PG. Trufo's still a PG. Lou Castro's still a PG. These guys need looks. These guys need looks. They wanted us to believe Yoshi was still a PG when she was still on the card. These aren't PGs, guys. Y'all need a wake-up call. None of these battles are involving PG battlers. These are regular battle rap. Snake Eyes had 5 app drops before this Midnight Madness situation. None. And J2 and all these guys were in tournaments. Ultimate Madness tournaments before this Midnight Madness. But now they're battling for free on a Midnight Madness, and they're still making content for URL. Content that's actually doing better than their actual content, which is why Midnight Madness screwed up. Jackboy, Bill Collector, Sue Surf. Honestly, I just think it's Jackboy and Bill Collector. They're the ones getting played here. Maybe they thought it was something different. I think Sue Surf's always been working with Smack since the beginning. All right? And he's got y'all working day and night, all day, every day. You guys are on Twitter Spaces promoting, boom, boom, making all this to create content for the URL for free. How did this happen? How did they convince you this was the easiest trick of all time, bro. It's right. It's so blatant right in front of your eyes. URL should have had to pay a high payment for those battles to be on their app and the YouTube. They tricked you. Instead of paying you guys to do it, they tricked you into have you guys paying for it yourself and them taking it. And now they think, and they made you believe that they're doing you the favor by giving you this precious YouTube drop. Boy. This is insane. So salute to A Ward. These guys spend 24/7 without getting paid, mind you, because, you know, they don't have ticketed Twitter Spaces. Mind you, they could be doing this all on YouTube and making money, but these guys aren't smart businessmen at all. At all. They're doing URL's dirty work. They're doing URL's dirty work for free. They've been convinced to do it for free, and they have convinced all the battlers to do it for free. For one battler who makes some money, gets a little payment, a little $2,500, keep him happy. The loser gets nothing. URL gets everything. They get the app drop, they get the YouTube drop, and everybody's happy. But who's really making the money? The only people making the money here is URL. They're the only ones getting anything from this. Now, you don't sell me with this, exposure. That's the biggest trick in the entertainment world. Exposure. Payment with exposure is a scam. It's always has been. It's the oldest scam in entertainment. URL is using YouTube as that payment for exposure instead of paying these battle rappers, because you know URL is notoriously cheap. Prior to Caffeine, they needed Harry and all these other investors to pay the battle rappers. They won't pay them out of their own pockets. Now that Caffeine's here, they've been using Caffeine to make the payments. When Caffeine leaves, rude awakening. But they have conditioned the battle rappers to not expect payment. Just go on Midnight Madness and do it for free. Do it for free. That's how they're getting their content now. They even got the champ defending it on their platform on Caffeine. If this was really for the people, for the battlers, they would have dropped these battles on their own YouTube app, on their own YouTube channel, which they have. It would have garnered thousands and thousands of views, thousands and thousands of subscribers, all right? And they would have had the battlers own their own battles. Granted, the ad revenue might not be a lot because it might be limited and all this and that, but at least it's something. Let each battler who's involved in it split the ad revenue of that. If it's really for the battle rappers, if you want to do something real, that's what you would have done. Even if it's $200, it's still, they're going to continue to make some sort of ad revenue via that thing. They could have dropped it as a on YouTube as a premiere. And then all super chats. Encourage people to send super chats because, you know, people are getting tattoos. They would have loved to do this. Encourage them to send super chats, and they could have split the battlers could have split the super chat money for the battlers. You guys could have really started something real. Said you sold out immediately. You guys were the ECW and you sold out immediately to WWE. Right after your first event, you sold out. Imagine if ECW sold out right after their first event. You really had a chance here to do something. All right, that wasn't part of the machine. You've let Sue Surf. I know was working with Smack because he has been hired by URL to push this whole "it only matters on URL" narrative. He's one of the main guys who pushes it. He pushes it and pushes it and pushes it and pushes it. He doesn't stop pushing it. And then he becomes the face of a new league that could change the game and go against everything, like go against the machine and do something different. Do something that actually benefits the battle rappers. He's the face of it. And then what happens immediately? He makes it seem like he had to negotiate these battles getting dropped onto YouTube and the app. When the whole time Beasley's suckering him. If it's true, I think they're just working together. But let's say it's true. Beasley suckered him and say, well, you know, our YouTube drops are so precious. All right. So allow us to put it on the app for 3 days, and then we'll give you the precious YouTube drop. All right. Thank me later. When in actual reality, Beasley should be paying for those battles to be put on the app because they're making $7.99 a month for it. There's no way that you should be giving it for free, and the payment that you get is a YouTube drop. YouTube. It is so insane that they have fell for this. But hey, they're doing it willingly. They're doing it willingly. So in that sense, you cannot blame URL. This is a master business move from the likes I've never seen. That they have convinced not only the battle rappers, but the whole community that battling for free is the best business route to go. Insane. So Anwar goes on and says, I never said I wanted a back end. I've already been offered a Midnight Madness battle with a front end. Y'all know nothing. They change what Midnight Madness is every day. There's no rule book. So he's revealing here that he's actually been offered a front end, which makes me wonder why Snake Eyes, J2, everyone involved in Midnight Madness 1. How do y'all feel about that? That A-Ward's been offered a front end and y'all weren't. How does that make you feel? Now everybody went in. Now I heard Geechee and Surf and all them go into the URL. Go into the Twitter Spaces and have a meltdown about it. Why's he gotta reveal it? That ain't right. Oh, he's like basically saying he screwed it up by revealing it. He revealed it because he doesn't need your money. He doesn't care. All right, you guys are on your Twitter Spaces talking about him 24/7. It never ends. Every day y'all bring up A-Ward. He's never in the spaces. Every single day. It's like you're desperate. It's almost like Midnight Madness was created so A-Ward, they can trick A-Ward into doing a PG without really doing a PG. It's almost like that's one of the main reasons it was created. I wouldn't even doubt it at this point. I would not even doubt it at this point. All right? And instead of getting mad and saying, why did he reveal it? How are y'all not mad and saying, why is that the case? You see how they have manipulated? And I believe Geechee's part of it too, because I've heard him say some crazy corporate stuff. All right, on these Twitter Spaces that I was shocked by and kind of irritated me. It's like, damn, Geechee. But I think Geechee Gotti still hurt that A-Ward beat him twice. He's literally his Eli Manning. He can go around here. He's got wins against Lux, wins against this, but A-Ward can go around and said he beat him twice, and he beat him in Compton. And I think Geechee Gotti feels the type of way about that. It's insane. So they're on there talking about, how's he gonna do that? How's he gonna reveal that? How about why was it even offered to him in the first place, but it wasn't offered to other people? What really is Midnight Madness? Is it for the battlers, or is this a URL PG Part 2? Proven Grounds Part 2. Basically, that's what it's become. It's being ran by the URL now. Even if it didn't start that way, it is now. It is now. So, let me know what y'all think. But before you go, I want y'all to see this. This is funny. New Jersey Twork reveals why and how Anwar became his manager.
And I drove from Fayetteville to Philly. Pulled up out there, I went to his candlelight, and that was like me and Anwar first, real. And
I went to his candlelight.
To Philly. Pulled up out there, I went to his candlelight, and that was like me and Anwar
I went to his candlelight dinner.
To Philly. Pulled up out there, I went to his candlelight, and that was like me and Anwar first, real interaction. Mm-hmm. And then I had to get back on the road, and this nigga Anwar, he said, yo, we staying tonight? I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna jump back on the road. It was late. He like, man, I'm gonna get you a hotel. Like, we ain't even know me like that.
Mind you, this is a grown man. I know everybody tries to act like Twork's a child. I haven't been treated like a child since I was 12. Maybe a little bit younger because I started babysitting my younger brothers at like 10 or 11. Maybe even 9. I don't remember. All right. So I can't relate to grown men being treated like children. There's never been another grown man in the history of life to ever get me a hotel for me. No one will ever get me a hotel. All right? Anwar's not a league owner. He's not booking you and he's not booking your hotel. He's just another man who's going to get you a hotel. And you accepted that as a man? Wow.
I'm talking about he got me some nice shit too.
He got him a nice hotel.
Be like, you know what I'm saying?
And look how happy he is. I wouldn't be telling this story happily. I'd be telling it at the part where I was so down in my life that someone helped me out, and hey, he got me a hotel, y'all. I would be like, I'd be embarrassed to tell the story.
That was like our first real interaction.
Yeah,
Like he got me a room. I stayed at the room that night, and I think I got back on the road.
Stay on. Yeah, you stayed in the room that night, huh?
That night, but I think that was really our first interaction. You feel what I'm saying? And then.
Wow. So I'm gonna leave you with that. All right, take that for what you guys want. All right. Love you guys. Peace.